We're not going down under. We're going down to Dallas. That's where we're going right now. We are going to see the powerhouse team that's down there. Angelia Robinson is going to be our correspondent tonight. Let me give you a little bit of history. Angelia, last year, personal sales from January to July did $60,000. This year, from January to July, has done $78,000. And her team continues to keep rocking it. Angelia, what's up? How are we doing? Hey, listen, the team is doing exciting, big things happening. How are you getting ready to market this with them coming up? $39 social sellers has changed the business, changed the game. How are you guys getting yourself ready for that tomorrow?
What do you mean, how are we getting ready? We've already started getting ready. Come on, are you serious? You know we're way ahead of the game on this. We've already got like 40 pre-registrations going on right now, okay?
Well, hey, listen, I know you guys are excited about it. I know that it's been changing the game. And I remember coming down there right before all this happened and talking to you about how you were building that team and how you were using positivity and how you were doing that. And I got to tell you, you've done a fantastic job. And tonight, you're our correspondent. You're going to be interviewing some amazing, amazing women. So I'm going to give you the next couple minutes. You go for it, have some fun, answer your questions. And if you got pen, piece of paper at home, take notes because she's blowing it up, people.
Yes, indeed, guys. Make sure you have your pen and your paper or your technology, whatever it is that you're going to use, because we are going to give you some nuggets that if you put them to use is going to work for you. So first, let me introduce these three amazing ladies that are on here with me, and I'm so honored to have you girls. First, I want to introduce you to Teresa Cross. Teresa is an associate director. She's out of Spotsylvania, Virginia. She ranks number 2 in retail sales right now at 25,126 on our team. And then there is Sharita, who's on my second down line. She's out of Houston, Texas. She ranks number 1 in retail sales at 26,989. And get this, she just started working her business in April, okay? So the pandemic actually made her have to pivot, right? Which is what our amazing president and CEO keeps telling us to do. And dang on, did she do it? And then there is Kira Kennedy, who is a director out of Arlington, Texas. She's number 2 in group sales at 53,557. And these girls are going to share some things with you. I chose them very, very carefully on purpose. There's a reason, right? So every one of them on here may not be number 1 at the things that they're doing, whether it's recruiting, whether it is sales, but they all have a story, and each of us have a story and different things that we're going through in our lives that we need to be able to pivot and be able to just keep moving forward, right? So first I want to ask Teresa. Teresa, you had a party yesterday. Now, we didn't even plan to talk about this, but girlfriend, you went and had a party last night. I want to know where it was, and I'm gonna just tell the people it was an $1,800 party. Your first party out of, oh, it was more than that?
It was 2146, ma'am.
Oh my goodness, what? And was this your first party, like, you know, post, well, not post really COVID, we're still in it, but your first in-home party since the pandemic?
This was my second party since the pandemic. Our first party was, I think, about 1,500, and this party was 2,100.
Okay, so tell me, is there anything that you were doing differently at this party? Any safety precautions or mechanisms that you put in place? How were the people feeling? Were they just ready to party? Like, what do you think it was? What was the energy? And how far did you drive to get to this party? I want to know that.
Okay, so this party was in Spindale, North Carolina. It was over 6 hours. So I drove to the party and back. Yes, a lot of safety precautions. So the party was held in a bar. The hostess herself was the manager of the bar, so they shut the bar down for this party. So everyone, so they had food and things like that, and it was set up all along the bar. It was decorated really nice. They were extremely happy to have this. They had been wanting to get together for so long, and I go there a lot. So before the pandemic, I was there once a month in this particular area of North Carolina, right? It's like a bunch of little different cities. So I would go there all the time anyway. And so they were ready to party. So I think it was about 15 to 20 ladies that showed up. Everyone was social distancing. I had my Lysol wipes, and I would wipe everything down when it came back around to me. Mostly all of the women were healthcare workers besides the hostess. So all of them are pretty safe anyway, because they said that they get tested once a week.
Okay.
So,
awesome.
yeah.
I like to tease and say, you know, I know my sponsor, Dana Barris, says that I would do a party on the moon, but honey, you got me beat. You would legitimately do a party on the moon. I think you reached out to Chris to try to do a party for somebody he needed a party for too, right?
I,
She was
I
like, I'll do
absolutely
it.
did. Yeah, I
I'll
did.
do
I
it.
did. Because I've been to
Awesome.
Chicago. I've been everywhere. So
What? Awesome. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to come back to you on that because I want to ask you about some other things that you're doing going into this month. I like to say that you're like a walking demo. So I'm going to come back to you and talk about that as well. But I want to go to Kira really quickly. So Kira, this is very important to me, definitely, to have you on here because you have been an amazing consultant, team player. I mean, just show up for everything. And this pandemic hit and, life just, took a turn for you and you had some personal issues that you needed to, get through. And you kind of just, put your business down for a second, right? And you have a budding team, but your team kept propelling forward, obviously, because your team ranks number 2 with us, okay? And so I think it's amazing that, you were able to now get back on board. You took a little bit of a break. You needed to do that for your family, which is amazing that we can do that with this business, that we can put our families first and we can still do well in business. So you slowed down for a minute and then you picked things back up. Let us know what that was like and where you are right now today.
So I just want to start out and say that I am incredibly grateful for my team. They are a powerhouse of ladies. They're incredible, and I'm so proud of them. Putting it down was extremely hard because right at that moment when I did put it down, my business was taking off. I was having $1,000 parties. And then pandemic, and then family matters, and it just all exploded. And having to leave my team very suddenly was horrible. I hated it. I felt so bad for them. I felt like I had abandoned them.
Mm-hmm.
And that really ate me up inside, especially to look at them and see that they did almost $15,000 in sales without me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I had nothing to contribute in that.
Yeah.
So it was amazing. But once I started picking everything back up, I got back to my basics. So I'm booking 10, holding 8, recruiting 2 every single month. That is what my goal is every single month. Before that, I was book 14, hold 12. So getting back to basics, I think, has really helped me. And I have constant reminders around the house and at my job of why I do this business. So one of them is my goal board that I have right. I have it right in front of my vanity. So every morning when I'm getting ready and every night before bed, I see it. Another thing that's a part of my 90-day plan is to save $5,000 for vacation that my husband so deserves.
Yes.
At the Sandals Resort.
Woo!
So,
wonderful.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I wanted to chime in on something when you said that your team did that without you, that you had nothing to do with it. I want you to know this, Kira, that you planted seeds in them that made them continue to move forward. So you absolutely did have something to do with it. And I love that we can hold each other up in times that we need each other. It's not always about business, and that's our brand, right? So Chris is talking about branding tonight. For Team Zealous Zebras, that is our brand, is that we really embody sisterhood, right? I really just wanted to mention our core values, right? So we have 7 of them, 7 being the number of completion. It's compassion, it's positivity, it's love, it's perseverance, it's consistency, it's service to others, and it's passion. And I think as long as we have that recipe, we're always going to be successful. So that's amazing. So you, girl, don't be down on yourself. You are right back in the game, and your team held you, and you have to hold them. We have to hold them in times as well. So way to go, girly. All right, Sharita. Woo, my goodness. Just the rock star that came out of nowhere. My goodness, you have got to tell us how you are doing what you're doing. So let me just tell you guys briefly. Sharita, she's on my second downline. She owns a bakery. So if you can imagine, the pandemic hit and what happened to her bakery, right? Nothing, it's shut down. Everything's shut down. We were like the only ones that didn't shut down, right? Whoop, whoop, for pure romance. So thank you for that. But you actually signed on as a consultant back in October of last year, but you didn't do anything with your business, right? You actually confessed you didn't do anything.
Right.
And then when the pandemic hit, Like you had no choice. You had to live. You had to make money. So you picked up your business and did $26,000 in retail sales from April until now as a newbie. Girl, tell us what your secret is. Something about the sip and see that you do on Saturdays. I want to hear all about that.
Well, I just kind of recognized my audience, my current following, and the majority of my following was very, very private. Many of them were Christian women, very, very deeply into church, very, very private. And so I made a point to hone in on personalization as far as one-on-one contact, and I made sure that I worked my VIP group very, very heavy. I made sure not to sell to my VIP group, but to connect with my VIP group. So I paid attention to what their needs were, maybe they complained about something, an ache or a pain. One of my baker friends always has chronic pain in her wrists and her feet from working with her hands, being on her feet all day long. And she kind of mentioned it, and I went, hey, you should try, CBD that worked for you. I didn't mention the product out of the gate and go, hey, buy this, I've got it. I just mentioned CBD would work for her, and she went, oh, I've heard of that. I would love, if I could get a hold of it. And I said, well, I do have a product, the massage milk, that just might work for you. It works for me on my feet because we're in the same industry. She tried it, loved it, slept, went from 3 hours of sleep to 7, which was something that was going on. So I just made sure that I connected with them. I have fun with them. We laugh and joke all day long. I don't just slap the products, post in their faces. We engage, we connect, we laugh, and then I make sure that I do a lot of one-on-one product information. And my favorite phrase with them is whisper in my ear. That means if you don't want to talk about this on the wall or in the group, hit my inbox, whisper in my ear, tell me what it is that's going on, and we can talk about it. That's where my sales come from. It's the privacy. And just meeting them where they are. Everyone doesn't really want to be out, with whatever their issues are. So
wow, I love that. Wait, whisper in my ear. Somebody write that down for me. That was good. Whisper in my ear. Yeah. I'm going to steal that, Sharita.
And so with the a lot of them didn't want to book parties because they were afraid of what their friends would think, because they had kind of the preconceived notion of what pure romance is. And so I started doing Sip and See Saturday, and I would have cappuccino, tea, something like that, where I'm sipping. I say, get your glass, whatever you're drinking. And I would show a body product, a couple's product, whether it's a lubricant or a couple's toy, and then a solo toy. And I would turn it on and talk about it. And I would go live every Saturday, and they get a kick out of it. And then they would whisper in my ear and be in my inbox going, hey, how many speeds was that again? I think I need that. And so it just kind of became a thing. They look forward to it. They want to know what's next. But I love that. Meet them where they were.
I absolutely love that. Meeting them where they were and not just selling them. Now, T, you are a walking demo. Okay. I like to say that because you always keep product on hand wherever you are going, and you're always selling on the go. So that's something that's been working for you, something that you're taking into August to also be able to, actually make up for any money that you may miss out on not having as many parties as maybe you used to have before, or as you're actually starting to book more. So tell us a little bit about that on the go. What are you doing? How are you actually moving that product when you see people on the go?
The people see me. I don't typically see them, but if I do engage in conversations with someone and they happen to have an issue that we may be able to help, I'll always bring up what these products do and how, say, for instance, I have a young lady that works with me. She has eczema really, really bad. And so the first day I met her, she's like standing, and she's just standing and she's like scratching really bad. I said, you have eczema, don't you? And she said, I do. And I said, I have something for you. And so, of course, I have miracle oil. So I'm telling her about the product and what it does. And she was saying, well, I just put my steroids on, but it's not working. I gave her some, a sample of some miracle oil that I had on me. And then she's like, I need a bottle of that when I get off my shift. So, I noticed the issue and I try to fix the problem for you, help you out with the issue. So I don't engage and say, hey, you want to buy this coochie? No, if you actually have conversation with me, tell you have an issue going on, I'll tell you how I can fix it for you.
Now, see, that is smart selling. That is smart. It's not even really selling, but I mean, I just have to say that so people understand it's smart selling, is that you're actually, again, what we do is we either increase pleasure or we help to decrease pain. And so you're actually selling to the need, which is super, super smart. So lastly, what I want to actually ask Kira, and then I think I'm going to hand it back to Chris, right? Chris, you almost ready for me to come back? I'm watching you.
You got
I've got to have Kira tell us for August, right? Because we want people to be making money generating sales. Everybody's talking mega parties. Shout out to Monica Shank, shout out to Heather Moore, all of those ladies that helped us with that. So a lot of us are doing the mega party. So our team did it. We did 22,000, in a weekend doing that. And then Kira is going to do it with her team to kind of help, speed things up where you kind of lost. So can you briefly tell us what it is that you're going to do and how your team's going to make that comeback?
We're going to rock it out. That's what we're going to do. I love my confidence right now because I was really scared about doing it beforehand. And thanks to these beautiful, lovely ladies, they're like, no, you're going to do it. So guess what? I'm doing it. But we're doing a back to school mega prize party, and the girls on my team are way excited and stoked. I have some leaders on my team that are helping me create like Google Docs. They are selecting their products. And then we're actually taking a page from Sharita, who, when she did her mega prize party, they also did a little team party as well. So we're going to have a little celebration right after.
All right. I love it. So if you guys want more details about the Mega Prize Party, there are leaders all over Pure Romance that can give you details. You can hit me up in my inbox and we'll get you documents and everything that you need to rock it out. So thank you so much for having us, Chris. This was super fun. Suzanne, thank you so much. I hope that we were able to help everyone out.
You guys did amazing.
Man, I'm going to tell you right now, I might have to have you come anchor a show with me. I'll be like,
yes.
Hey. Angel's like, come on, man, let's do this.
Anytime, Chris.
I'm available, Chris, for your friends that want to have parties. Tell them no.
Hey, girl, I know I'm going to call you. Hey, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. You did fantastic. Thanks. Keep rocking it, and good luck with August. It's amazing to see that energy and to see that excitement.
That's awesome.
I know, it was really good. And you know what? She goes, she'll do a party in the moon. I'm like, you know what?
She will.
That's the thing. You just got to be open to go anywhere and do anything. So speaking of go anywhere, do anything, what about when we change